Yep, that's what's going on up there. Oh, buddy, look at old Gina. Yeah, that's what I thought right there. There's another one. 2 casts in a row. There we go. God dang. Well, what's up, MFers? I got some bad news. If you're a little internet living in your mom's basement hater out there, you're not going to be happy by what I'm about to show you right now. Check this out. Oh, what could be in here? What could be in here? Oh, a teener. Yep. If you guys like giant bass, like that one right there, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and keep watching. You're about to see some magic happen. Let's do it. What is up, MFers? Welcome out to the pond. Finally sneaking out to do a little bit of fishing. That is not for a damn tournament. I love fishing tournaments, don't get me wrong. I love being on the Elite Series, but damn, it's rough when I gotta leave some of the best fisheries in the country at some of the best times in the country to go fish places that, well, they're on the schedule and we have to fish them. Today, we're out of the hammer hole and we're going for big ones only, basically. I'm gonna be doing a lot of scanning out offshore. First things first, we need to figure out what mood and what phase these fish are in. Water temperature is in the low 70s, so a lot of these fish, very, very likely done spawning, already done their thing, which leads me to my favorite time of the year, which is when the fish both get offshore and when they start doing something very special, which is eating big old giant gizzard shads. Because it takes a good sized fish to eat a gizzard shad that's 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 inches long, and they'll freaking do it, bud. Those are the ones we're going after today, and I'm sure we're just gonna be cracking a bunch of fish all day long. I'm even gonna pick up a frog, got a buzzbait tied on. Let's freaking do this, guys. Let's have a damn good time today. See if we can catch a giant one. All right, we're gonna slang a 300 in this muddy ass water on some of these offshore fish. We're gonna see what the hell they are. Chartreuse blue back goes well with the old chocolate. Oh yeah, that's like a good 4-inch visibility right there. That's what you want. There we go. There we go. Just a little slurpy slurp, but I'll take him. Heck yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Had that first bass come up right on the edge of where the grass started. And really a good one too. This one's not so much, 2-pounder. But he came up and crushed my frog. And I was like, okay. But then I fished her down a little bit, you know, keeping my frog, just switching up the pace, changed up the cadence on him a little bit, you know. But I was thinking back to that bite and I was like, I was moving my frog pretty good because I was about to just reel it in because I was looking back at my camera to see if the camera was pointing the right direction after I moved. And so I was like, you know what? Let's try something on top that's moving, especially with the cloudy conditions. We got storm fronts moving around and we'll see if we can, ooh, God, something just freaking died right there on that point. Looked like he was coming for my buzzbait, but he wasn't. Anyways, tied this buzzbait on, put a little Congo craw with just the inside flaps on the back. This is more of a squeaky guy than a clacky guy. I liked whatever just jumped up and freaking, I don't know what the hell he ate. It was like right as my buzzbait came by, he came up and ate something like 2 feet away. Swim jig would be probably pretty good too. Get the old cloud in there, they say. I don't know who says that, but I just said it. I don't think that's the one I've been pitching to, but hey, we got one. Wow. Another one. Freaking males in here, but that's it. Look at that. Swallowed that sumbitch. Maybe there is just males in here. Well, we just did it again. Pulled up on a point. Those are grass clumps. Look at us on the back side of that. That's what you want right there. We're going fish all the way out to here. Yahtzee. Insane that I haven't caught one yet. I think they're feeding up too much. Need to find the right angle too. Should get one on this cast. There we go. There we go. He's not big. He's not big, but I'll take him. Oh, it's a spotted bass. Huh. I barely even caught a spotted bass in this lake. Okay. All right, 300 DD. We're on the board with the crank. And I think we're gonna catch a couple more. I don't know if there's giant ones here, but there should be. I'm trying to kind of figure out the angle that they like best. Firing up, working into the wind. Man, that should be a fish there too. I'm gonna try a, let's try a different color waller. Adios. Feel it in their plums, bud. Plum bug. We're really mixing it up today. I'm throwing freaking Carolina rig, crankbait, swim bait. They're schooling out there. Oh my god, they're freaking blasting shit out there. I think they're eating tiny threadfin is the dang problem though. They're blowing topwater. I'm throwing a Carolina rig. Oh, that feels like a pretty good one actually. Or he just swallowed it to his tail. Not a bad one. Maybe we'll ignite the school, guys. Felt like he was heavy. I think he was just confused. Or I was confused. One of us was confused, bud. The old Carolina waller, bud. There we go. I don't have my Magnum worm box in here because I'm an idiot. And I carry too much tackle, so I don't have the tackle I need sometimes. You guys understand? You get it, right? Oh my god, there's so many. I can't believe it's not just like touch the bottom bit. I'm about to throw my dang swim bait through there though. Get that hangover through there, be like dong. Actually, it's gonna be more like, why is that thing 14 times the size of every bait fish that's swimming by us that we're eating right now? I'm not sure if I should eat it or not. But maybe we'll throw it against in front of a gargantuan and they'll think otherwise. You little joker trying to sneak around with my waller. Don't be sneaking around my waller, little baby. Some bitch hog wallow was half the size of him. That kind of tells me one thing. You know, we're gonna keep bouncing around these points that have the shad, these big gizzard shads spawning on them. But we're also gonna hit some isolated docks and grass on the way out of some of these spawning areas because it's clear that the pigs are not stacked completely up on them clay points, those high spots, those flat spots where those gizzards are at, because it's going to be a damn bloodbath when they are. Oh, do I got him? I do got him. Oh, he came off. I think that's just a group of little ones here. There we go. There we go. Little cricket eater. I had to text Cole. That's all I had to do. Got on the phone. Well, these ones on this point ain't big so far. They're about to go freaking bust top right here. They want that sumbitch moving. These jokers are like, we're eating out here. We want it swimming. Swim me that lizard, bud. Okay, throw a damn crankbait down there and they get wise to it in 2 seconds. They want the damn swimming liner. I know that's something the old guys used to do or still do on smallmouth places like Champlain, and actually works pretty damn good on some river impoundments that I fish too. Just keeping her moving, but I think it's these fish are crackheads out here on the bottom and they want something moving, but it's gotta be natural. There we go. Just letting him freaking dong 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 up on the bottom. This guy said, what's up, bud? What's up, Waller? Doing the little spinny spins. Dude, enough. Switched up to green pumpkin juice because it's bag I found first, and it's the best color. Didn't throw the plum. Didn't matter, bud. He found it. He found it in the mud. That one got the bait. Man, he is so small. So small. Oh, he's not that small. These boys are loaded. It's actually not a terrible fish. 2.5 pounder. Hogwalla bod. Well, broke off my Carolina rig. It happens, you get them snagged, but I want to show you guys and talk about the Carolina rig a little bit. I've done this before, but for the new MFers, this technique is, I mean, it's a timeless technique. It has worked forever, and I can promise you something. As long as there's not a damn nuclear holocaust and fishing still exists in 100 years or 50 years, this will be equally as effective as it is right now. It always has been. The old Carolina rig, man, it gets bit. It's my ass saver. I'll just flat out say it. Like, this thing has saved me so many times. And not only is it's not like a technique where you're like, man, I can't get bit, I'm gonna throw the Carolina rig really, really slow and I'll, you know, scrap up a check or scrap up a limit. This thing catches giant fish. So, I mean, I keep it simple. I throw it on a 7.5 heavy Lux rod. That's my favorite rod for it. I'm also coming out with that in my new Milliken series. Gonna have that because it's like a rod that I throw for like 10 different techniques. I'll throw usually 17 or 20 pound fluorocarbon. I think this is 20 that's on here right now. If you're gonna go gamma or a thicker diameter fluorocarbon, 16 pound gamma is really, really strong as well. But I mean, I don't do anything crazy with this, guys. You got some guys, it's like you gotta have 4 blue beads, 1 red clacker, 2 yellow floaters, 6 pound monofilament, and a 12-aught hook, or you're not gonna get about. No, it ain't like that, guys. I take my line, I bite off probably 5 feet or so from the main spool, about yay much. I like a long as balls leader. You guys know that if you've been around for a while. I'll tie this little guy on the end as light of a wide gap hook as I can get away with, because the lighter the hook, the more freedom of movement that little creature bait or worm or whatever you're gonna have is back there, which is the absolute key with the Carolina rig. You freaking throw it out and you drag it in. The end. Catch them on it in 1 foot of water, catch them on it in 50 feet of water. Doesn't matter. I mess with this, you know, a little bit at the start. I don't think it matters that much. 3/4 ounce tungsten weight, little brass clacker guy you can get. I mean, all these components are super cheap. The tungsten's a little bit expensive, obviously, but I'll link it below, 6 cents. You can use my code to save some money, that MF10 code. But and then a little red bead. I don't know if it matter if it was purple or maroon or aquamarine or whatever the hell color you want to throw. I don't think it's gonna freaking matter. You can't convince me otherwise that the Hogwalla isn't the best bait on the market. For a Carolina rig, I have a lot of fish catches and an open win, you know, to stand behind that. At least it's my confidence bait. And the reason I like it so much is because it's got 4 appendages on the sides and these 2 long guys, and all 6 of these appendages flap with the smallest movement. And with 4 appendages on the sides, as opposed to a brush hog, which has, you know, 2, a lot of creature baits just have 2 on the sides and then some tails, something like that. It will plane better and sit level better in the water column as it's flowing. So all your motion is going to be like this. You're not going to have it rolling over. Man, it's just freaking, everything about it is just really, really effective. Get used to throwing it. If you're an expert fisherman, if you fish tournaments, if you fun fish, if you're a beginner fisherman, if you're taking your buddy fishing that's never fished before, it is an awesome freaking technique to go out and just catch fish year round. When the bite's really good, when the bite sucks, doesn't matter. I'm gonna go catch some more fish on it right now. Let's get them. This right here is exactly what we were looking for. So came up to this point, you can see it kind of rising up right there. Right on the tip of the point, we got a little bit of grass coming out, and then look at that, you can see some shadows. And then as we go down the edge of the point, more shadows. We got bait up there, and then we got some bigger shadows starting to show up here, better quality fish. So I'm gonna put some waypoints down. We'll just go like purple fish for the bigger ones, and then right here where this group of fish is, right on this point, we'll go green ones. I don't know why that matters, but let's see if they'll bite. There it is, right there. That's them dots I'm talking about. Gizzard shad up there, shallow on the flatness. it wasn't blowing 300, probably catch them on a damn big ass topwater too, but I think there's a couple bass chasing them around up here too. Yep. Yep. Look at that. I mean, that's what's going on up there. Freaking gizzard shad, bud. That's a damn hinkle shad right there. Should have free lined his ass. Yay, a fish. Yeah, it took a dang second, but god dang. Had to put the old big worm on. Come here. Oh shit, we lost him. That's okay. We got the old big worm. Carolina rig. Okay, that's a good sign. We made a switch to a darker bait. I don't think they can find this hog wall. It's so dang muddy out here. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Look at that one. Oh, buddy. Look at old Gina. Oh, my goodness. You guys missed it. Wow. Why was my chest cam not on? Did you get it back there? You guys saw it back there. Oh, bud, that is a damn freak show. Look how big that one is. So heavy. Oh my goodness. I don't even know if that's pre-spawn or that's gizzards. Belly feels hard. Oh shoot, I thought it was spot locked too. Well, we're not gonna catch another one right here, but that was insane. I freaking lifted up and she was just like mushed on there. Get my scale going. I've almost had 0 bites so far, and then I get that to happen. There's a group of fish we just scanned out offshore, off one of these points, right off the hydrilla edge. But then right up on top of it, I threw that big glide bait up there, and that one just freaking came and found it because I couldn't see hardly anything up above. It's only, you know, a couple foot clearance over. Once you get inside the grass line, that's where I like to fish for them when they get on that gizzard shad spawn. And honestly, I haven't seen what I usually look for with gizzard shad spawns, where you're seeing, you know, 3 to 10 bigger individual little dots that are the big gizzard shad, you know, the 6 to 12 inch gizzard shad up kind of scurrying around spawning on the point. But I'm seeing a lot of other bait fish and little bass mixed in too. But I was like, you know what? Let's see. There's fish grouped up, clearly post spawners. Maybe there'll be a big one. I don't know if this one's post, pre, what it is. Water's 70 degrees. Could be either, but that's a damn freak show. Let's get her on the scale. Yeah, that's what I thought right there. 14-1. Look at that one. Unbelievable. Tear it back out. $14.2. Unbelievable fish, guys. Woo! All right, let's try to do that again. That was awesome. Wow, okay. First good fish of the day is a freaking 14. That doesn't suck. Crazy thing is, I feel like, you know, I haven't scoped almost at all today, and I feel like I've seen good ones, so definitely double-digit caliber fish. There's another one. 2 casts in a row. Oh, that's a big one. Oh my God. Oh, look how skinny that one is. 2 casts in a row. Oh my goodness. Look at that, thing's like a piece of paper. What? It looks giant like that. Not like that. Boy, you get back in there and you start freaking, you go eat some food, bud. I don't know what's up with that one. Wow, okay, I didn't see that one either on scope. I just threw to a little grass patch on this point and she came up and ate it. Okay, our thing is gonna get crazy here. Let's see. We definitely want to keep this momentum going and keep slanging with this this bite window that has opened up. Just as quick as it can open with this swim bait bite, she can close up just as fast. Well, 2 fish in a row on the big glide. Cannot freaking hate that. And the reason this right here is so effective is because that is what these jokers are eating. You know, if you could see down under the water right now, if it wasn't a foot maximum visibility, you would see these guys swimming around, not a ton of them, but maybe, you know, 20 to 40 of them per 50-yard area point, in 2 to 5 feet of water is about where they're at right now. And they're just going to be up anywhere, you know, where the inside of the grass edge is, and even a little bit further up than that even. And I actually threw this bait right to one little isolated grass patch, came up a little bit higher than some of the little, you know, milfoil that's kind of around the edge of it, that drops off, and then a little bit deeper is hydrilla. And there's just one little patch there, and I didn't even see the fish that were in that patch, but I saw big gizzard shad swimming around, so I threw that big glide bait up there and they freaking locked it up. Just want to show you the combo I'm throwing it on because it's very important. It took me a long time to figure out a rod that I love for it, and this is the only rod I throw. It's a 6 Sense Mag Glide custom rod. It says it's for 2 to 6 ounces. Honestly, you could probably throw something that's 7 ounces, maybe even 8 ounces on it, but that's a sweet spot. I would say even, you know, like 3.5, 4 ounces up to 6 ounces. So it's absolutely perfect for this Hinkle shad. Any of your phony shads, your KGB King, stuff like that, it's gonna be absolutely perfect for. And the reason I like it so much is it's hard to find a rod, or at least I've had a lot of trouble finding a rod that does 2 things, which is load up enough to not, you know, over flex when you cast this bait, to really load and send it a long ways out there. But also, you don't want a broomstick. You are throwing a treble hook bait. These trebles are bigger than your typical crankbait, but not much. Keep that in mind. You wouldn't be throwing a broomstick on a crankbait rod, a deep crankbait, or even a medium or a shallow, bigger square bill style crankbait. No, you're throwing a slower action rod. Same exact thing with this big glide bait rod. This thing feels so spongy, it bends really deep into the rod, so you can not only sling it out there, but you're gonna keep them pinned as good as possible on those trebles as well. Throwing it on 25-pound Gamma, that's about the only big fluorocarbon I throw for these big gizzard eaters and these big glide baits, and then a 7-speed size 300 Tranx reel. But I'm gonna stick with this program for a little bit. We're definitely gonna be doing some side scanning, looking for some of these offshore groups of fish, but I'm going to spend a lot more time now throwing up there shallow, trying to find these fish that are up on those clay flat points, eating these guys right here. There we go. God dang. Yeah, see. Hell yeah, that was badass, dude. Yeah, bud. Another 6, but nah, not 6, is a 5-pounder. Just a little 5-pounder. Got him right on the snout. That was sick. Threw right up to a dock. First dock inside of a point. Good stopping spot for him. Get him back in. Thought he might be a giant one the way he was fighting, but I couldn't see him on there. I saw some flashes coming out off this dock after it, and that's exactly what I was hoping to, you know, get some bites on when I said it earlier. These little isolated docks on the way out of some of these spawning areas. I mean, look how perfect this spot is though. We got this big spawning pocket cove right here, pretty flat, and then we got this dock right here, right in front of the point on the way out. We also have a power pole that's One of them was halfway down. Huh. Half mast.